Hello and welcome to the Hot Dog and Handshake Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Jayden Gidswider. Joining me is my co-host, Shane Price. Shane, how you doing this week?
I'm all right. Went to the Japanese marketplace. Got me some stuff. You can't see it. I already
Some
showed Jaden.
Joshi
I got,
related magazines.
I got, I got a weekly for wrestling, and I got a wrestler
Yep.
directory of full body pictures of them. So now I can recognize every single one by their Japanese name once I learn how to read Japanese.
There you go. And of course, the magazine you picked up has a great interior spread of House of Torture.
Yeah, it's got the whole
Great.
thing on one side and then Dookie and Show on the other side. So I'm really winning there, aren't I?
Yeah. Collar and elbow question this week. We will get to our real awards later in this episode. But Shane, what was the funniest / dumbest wrestling moment of 2025?
There's quite a bit.
Yeah.
I want to give it to just because of how my non-wrestling friends also think it's really fucking funny how he looks. Ozawa's new look.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in this book, it's out of date, but
Okay. Other great candidates. Everything involving Travis Scott was some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. When he punched Cody in the face for real, that was really
yeah,
funny. Um, just the existence of Yudo Ice is really funny. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's some great bullshit this year. Oh, awesome. What? Does he have a crutch?
yeah. He hurt his foot.
Oh,
He had a
okay.
Lisfranc fracture.
All right. Let's see. Not much to cover outside the ring. Couple inside the ring things. What did you think of Bandito winning the Dynamite Diamond Ring?
Fully approve of. I think it's the best winner you could have because Maxwell is. Um, but I think it's the correct winner. He's over. He
Yeah,
deserves a shot at the
absolutely.
title.
Yep. Yep. Over on the WWE side of things, the Usos win the World Tag Team titles. Carmelo Hayes wins the US title. Any thoughts on that?
I'm fine with both.
Do you
It's
think
nothing
Carmelo
like
continues the open challenges?
no. I think it
No.
takes a certain level of wrestler, like a John Cena or a Ilya Dragunov, who can come in every week and just go, and
I think he could. Do you think
I
he
don't see
brings
it.
back the John Cena US title design? Because I could see him doing that also.
I could. I kind of could. Um, if anybody's gonna get their own title design, it's gonna be Carmelo.
Mm-hmm. The Usos thing, I would have liked to see more build on that than them just immediately reforming themselves as a tag team and like 2 weeks later being tag team champions. Would have
Oh,
been
it's
nice to see like some rust or maybe some miscommunications. You know what I mean? Like it would have been. They had an opportunity to have a cool story play out, and they just rushed right to the title win.
yeah, but they're brothers, so what rust.
I know, but I mean, it's been a while. I don't know. I think that's kind of it. You want to get into World's End?
Any pause look at move rooms first.
Starting off with World's End. Um, Kickoff show. Eddie Kingston, Zach Gibson was pretty good. Um, let's see, anything else? The women's tag was pretty good.
The women's tag was interesting because the crowd wasn't really behind anybody but Sky Blue.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And Julia, I feel
Um,
like it's taken a little bit of a regression in the ring, but I like to see some
yeah.
growth. I think not having a performance center is kind of a difference there.
hmm Yeah, I mean it really shows how much of a help having Dark was, I think. In later Rampage, just to have more matches. Just the more matches, the more reps you get in, obviously the better you're going to do. So it would be
Yeah,
interesting to see.
I think that's part of it is that she's not getting a lot of reps.
Mm-hmm.
AEW people at the top of the card wrestle maybe once or twice a month. So,
Yeah.
you know,
But I
if
mean,
she's
also like she fully does have the option to pick up dates, pretty much anywhere. She could go wrestle in Defy or Revolver or
that's true. I mean,
GCW
she
or
wrestled like this year in Eve and
yeah.
and previously
I don't
in
know.
First and
Yeah, it is one of those things where like you can say, well, it's they don't have a developmental program or anything like that. Like it might take some time, but at the same time, like they do have the option to go pretty much anywhere and wrestle all over the. You know what I mean? They could go wrestle in like pretty much any indie they wanted to pick up dates, but um. So the first match on the main card was Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita. Semifinals for the Continental Classic. Okada beats Takeshita. I gave this match 4 stars. What did you think of it, Shane?
I gave it 3 3/4, but I am gonna up that to a 4 because of how I guess the long term storytelling of the
The screwdriver.
screwdriver went the next
Yeah,
match. So I'll give it a 4.
I did really love that. Kyle Fletcher in the next match, which is John Moxley versus Kyle Fletcher in the other semifinal. Kyle Fletcher scrambling, trying to find the screwdriver that Okada threw under the ring, and
Took with him.
effectively,
Took with him.
no, he threw it. They showed on the broadcast. He throws
Oh,
it under the ring.
okay.
Shane was there, so he didn't have the same vantage point we all did. Um, and so him frantically looking for it and Okada used the screwdriver to screw over both of the other Don Callis family members in the semifinals.
Yeah, I think something's gonna happen, and I think we're gonna see a split in the DCF coming soon.
Do you think any of that will happen at Wrestle Kingdom or perhaps New Year's Dash?
Maybe Dash,
Something will happen.
but not at the Dome. No.
Okay. Okay. I would love to see Kyle Fletcher accompany Takeshita to the ring at the Tokyo Dome.
That'd be
That would be
so best.
that'd be awesome if he was just there for Takeshita.
I did buy
Um,
a Fletcher shirt at the event.
nice. Yeah, gotta support the Proto Star, dude. So that second semifinal was also really good. A lot of people are consider it match of the night. I think there were probably 2 matches I liked more, but I did really enjoy it. I gave it 4.25.
I gave it 5.
Yeah, 5. That's fair. That's
You
fair.
know,
I was just a little lower on it than everybody else. I think. I don't know.
I've
Some just
seen
didn't click for
people
me.
call it the match of the year. I don't agree with that,
Yeah.
but I've seen it.
Yep. Next up, we had FTR versus Austin Gunn in the sort of hometown boy Juice Robinson Chicago street fight. This was a fun plunder match. Stokely Hathaway did the funniest thing I've ever seen in a wrestling show.
I straight up thought he died I didn't
So
see.
funny the way he hits the table enough to knock its center of gravity so that after he slides off of it, it slowly falls on top of him.
I don't think it's planned. In that case, that solely just the
No, I
most
imagine he
naturally
was
funny
supposed to
guy.
go. Yeah, I imagine he was supposed to go through the table, but
But
somehow did something way
that is the
funnier.
most Stokely Hathaway bump of all time.
It is. It is. I saw Chuck Taylor tweeted, "I tried to be a comedy wrestler for 20 plus years and never did anything as funny as this."
Well, from my point of view, because I was behind the commentators for the show.
Okay, so you were
I was,
facing the ramp.
yeah, I just saw him miss the table and go like neck first in the ground. I thought
Oh
he
God,
fucking died.
that's crazy. I gave the match overall though 3.5 stars.
I gave it a 4. I thought it was fun. It's my kind of match,
Yep.
just plunder and crazy shit.
Yep. And then next up, we had the Babes of Wrath versus Athena and Mercedes Moné for the women's tag titles. Willow pinning Mercedes.
Willow is so good.
Mercedes later full meltdown.
No, she was very relaxed and calm with the interview.
Yeah. Are we starting to see the downfall of Mercedes Moné?
Yeah.
Where do you think this culminates? Do you think this lasts until Double or Nothing, and that's where she drops the TBS?
Revolution, probably.
Revolution, you think it'll be just a couple months?
Or Wednesday.
Yeah.
It could happen Wednesday.
It could happen Wednesday. I think the TBS will be the last one she's clutching onto.
I could see Willow beating her on Wednesday for it though. As much that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. Double champ Willow Nightingale does sound kind of awesome, but I don't know. I also gave this one 3.5 stars. I thought it was just a fun tag match. Gabe Kidd, Darby Allin. I thought it was pretty good. I have a 3 3/4. There's not a whole lot to say about it. I think it was just a good little. I was just solid little singles match. How much farther are we going with Darby Allin and the Death Riders?
Give me another Mox Darby match in not Missouri, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll talk more about the Death Riders when we get to the C2 finals, I think, and where they're going. But speaking of the Death Riders, next was Claudio, Daniel Garcia, Marina Shafir, and Wheeler Yuta versus Roderick Strong, Tony Storm, Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy in the Mixed Nuts Mayhem match. This was my favorite match of the night because it was just fucking ridiculous chaos the entire time. I loved it so much. The part where Roddy and Marina go face to face was awesome. Tony Storm just German suplexing everybody. It was a great little, just awesome match. So many great characters.
Claudio took that German like a champ.
Oh yeah. Oh, he took it like Masawa gave it to him. It was awesome. And of course, Claudio swinging Tony was fun. Just an incredible, just 8 great characters in a match. What do you think of the Mixed Nuts Mayhem?
Well, first of all, I like to give the quesadilla I ordered during Darby versus Gabe like a 3.5.
Okay.
Pretty solid quesadilla. Mixed Nuts, I gave it 4.5.
Yeah, I also gave it 4.5.
I need to see more of it to give it anything higher.
It might be It might be one of the ones more fun with the TV view, just switching cameras and getting to see more of everything that went on.
Yeah, but Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy made it worth it.
Dude, Tony Storm and Mark Briscoe being involved in the same thing in any shape or form is just great. This is the kind of
more of that.
Yeah, this is the kind of fuck-assery I want Tony Storm doing. If she's not going to be women's champ, let her just be the greatest comedy act there's ever been. Let's see. The next match was. Oh, because I'm on the wrong thing here. Come on. Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter for the women's title. Chris Statlander retains. Where do you think we go next with Chris?
I think she needs a heel turn or something.
There's got to be, yeah.
Because her character work has never really been there. It's not her strong suit.
Mm-hmm.
But she's really good in the ring. And there's a group of people where not a character isn't really necessary. Being good in the ring is, and I can't put my finger around who that group is, but it starts with a D.
Yeah.
Ends with an S. Douse of Tortures.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a weird title reign. It's really felt like just little month-to-month feuds with nothing really big, interesting happening. I think maybe a shock title loss could do her some good. I don't know who you would drop the belt to, but I don't know. It feels like they need to do something to shake it, to get some energy back into the women's title division. Like it just does. It feels kind of stale right now. That's no offense to Chris Statlander. She's great in the ring, and I'm a big fan. But it does, feels like something's not clicking right now, and that they need to get a fire started there.
The crowd wasn't really behind it until a big move.
Yeah,
the guy behind me was behind it though. Oh my fucking god! The guy behind me was Hater Ray the entire match.
Nice. Who was it? Was that kid? Was it the Ricochet kid behind us? Had actually that was about a year ago, because it was also the Continental Classic.
I think the kid was gonna kill himself if Ricochet lost. I wonder what he's doing now.
I don't know.
Is he okay?
Yeah, I don't know. Next up, we had the Continental Classic Finals for the AEW Continental title, not for the International title, so not for the Unified title. Also, Okada is still International Champion, but now Jon Moxley is your Continental Champion. He gave a very babyface turn promo that I really loved. I really liked the idea that the Continental Classic made him realize that AEW is now, or maybe always has been, what he wanted it to be. He just couldn't see it. And now, through participating in the Continental Classic, he's discovered that AEW is in the right place, and that these young guys, are doing what they should be doing. You know what I mean? It felt like a good conclusion to the Death Rider storyline, which is why I really wonder where we go from here with the Death Riders.
I think a return to being more Blackpool Combat Clubby. Because
I like that.
It kind of feels like you're never gonna see Claudio turn on Mox at this point.
He might, though. I don't know. Well, because nobody else is really in position to turn on Mox. Claudio and Marina are the only ones that are kind of in position to lead a Mox-less Death Riders. You're not going to put that on Pac or Yuta or Garcia.
They should put it on Yuta. They should try it with Yuta, and it should fail miserably, and it'd be perfect.
Yeah. I don't know. I could definitely see a more Blackpool Combat Club, a more kind of militaristic, Imperium kind of thing if Claudio took it. Very the mat is sacred, very, I could see Claudio taking it that direction. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I think it's probably the biggest question mark for me coming out of this. It is just kind of what happens next with the Death Riders. I really don't know. Overall, though, I think the Death Riders have been great. I've liked it really the whole time, even when people were shitting on it early this year.
I think it was pretty rough at the beginning of the year. Good start. It's good again. There's a rough period, but it's been overall not bad.
Yeah, and I like the idea that Moxley accomplished his mission, and now he can be done with this and move on to whatever his new mission is. If that's just continuing to retain the Continental title, whatever it is. And then last but not least, we had a fatal 4-way for the world title. Samoa Joe, Hangman Page, MJF, and Swerve Strickland. I gave this match 4.25. By the way, I gave the C2 finals 4.5. I gave it 4.25. I really liked the match. I thought it was really fun. I thought everybody got their stuff in. I liked the mixing and the combos and just the different pairings we got throughout the match. But Shane, I understand you're very upset about the result. So what are your thoughts here?
His first title reign was horrendous. I legitimately main event killing level to me. It was terrible.
AEW has never done anything as good as Better Than You, baby. I resent this take.
That was fine, and that's okay.
It
It
was
shouldn't have been
fucking
the world
incredible.
title feud.
It was awesome.
MJF versus Adam Cole. No offense, should not have made it all in.
Yeah, dude, no, but it was an awesome main event. We both loved it. Like it
I
was
know
a
it was
great
great.
match.
It was great, but it shouldn't
awesome.
have.
Oh man,
It should have. It shouldn't. It was great, but it shouldn't have. But it was great, but it shouldn't have.
I don't know. Okay, so that's just you. Just are. Oh, we appears we have lost connection.
Uh-oh.
You there? Okay. My internet just like stuttered or something.
I think so. So
we're good now. Okay. Anyway, so you're just you're disappointed in this result just based off how his first title reign went.
I don't like him. He's not a
Like
champion.
okay. I love him. I think he's fucking hilarious.
Hello, insert town here.
Dude,
this is a promo he cut as a joke, and it's just all his promos.
His interview with Brandon Walker this week was so funny. It was so good.
He didn't do that as world champion.
I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes.
He's gonna call you Diddy and win the title. Mr. Diddy is world champion.
Look, the Diddy jokes,
it constantly happens with him. He makes jokes that are shitty and terrible the entire time. You know what his next feud is? You know what his next feud is? Bandito.
It'd be really funny if instead of taking the obvious making fun of him for being Mexican route, he just makes fun of him for being like short. Like that would be really good.
He makes fun of him for being a bandit.
Yeah, he thinks he's like a real criminal.
Not an illegal immigrant.
Not like robbing trains.
None of that. He comes out in a full Pinkerton attire, a la Red Dead 2, and I'm back on.
Dude, that is so funny. That would be great, dude.
And then we were funneled out of the Sears Center on the opposite end of the Sears Center.
From where you parked?
Walk around the whole fucking thing in the cold rain. I'm personally blaming that on MJF, and that's why I'm sending him a Venmo request for $5.
Okay. Yeah. That is that's fair. What'd you think of the overall show? How was the experience? How was everything as being someone there in person?
I did love being on the floor for an AEW review. That was a fun experience. View sites were a little off, so I did miss a couple things. It's also in the middle of nowhere.
Have the funniest possible angle for Stokely, though.
Oh, I did. I saw him just go neck first, and the table is kind of flip onto him. But I would do it again. I think it wasn't the strongest show of the year for AEW, but it wasn't the worst by far. I would say like a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. How many live shows have you been to? Wrestling shows, yeah. Ballpark.
25.
2025. Where roughly do you think this would rank? Top 10, top 5?
Top 10 for sure.
Top 10. Okay.
I'll say top 5 because Mania 28, Money in the Bank, Forbidden Door, Title Tuesday, Worlds End. Yeah, I'd say 4.
Okay. Let me see here. I'd probably give this show like an 8, probably just a little higher than you did, but I thought it was really good. Watching from home, it was a really fun time. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I think a good way to cap off AEW's year. Just another solid year for AEW, as we'll get into a little bit more later. Before we get on to the doggies, though, Wrestle Kingdom 20 is this week. So,
well, it's next week, but
well, it is. It'll happen before we record next. So,
right.
let's get into some predictions here. There are currently 8 matches announced for Wrestle Kingdom. I doubt any more will get added. I don't think we usually get any added in the last week, but you never know.
Probably won't.
So 8 points is your high for the confidence. First, like, I don't know how you feel. This feels like a really light card for me.
Because they're on
Wrestle Kingdom
TV.
wise. That's it. That's all you think it is?
Mm-hmm. They have to play by the strict rules of timing and stuff on the TV. So I'm assuming we might see some shorter matches in this one than usual.
Okay.
I don't know what block they've been given.
Is that something you think they're going to be doing going forward, or is this just because of Tanahashi?
Tanahashi for sure.
Just because Tanahashi. Okay.
The ticket sales off, and the TV thing, Tanahashi for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the first time the Tokyo Dome has been fully sold out since what, like 2005.
They'll fluff the statistics, so it could be 2001.
Okay. So, but definitely in at least 20 years.
Yeah,
it's the first time in at least 20 years that the Tokyo Dome has been fully sold out. All right. First match, Shane, we have El Phantasmo versus Chris Brooks for the New Japan TV title.
They're not going to give Chris Brooks the title. ELP for 7.
ELP for 7. I want ELP for 5.
I love Chris Brooks.
I'm also pretty confident. Next up, and you might want to pull up the cage match so that you can kind of follow along here with this one. Master Yado, Toru Yano, and Yo defend the 6-man tag titles in a Rambo against Taguchi, Tiger Mask, and Makabe. Kaisei Takechi, Umino, and Uemura. Bishamon and Oleg Bolton. Kojima, Taichi, and Tomohiro Ishii. House of Torture's Rin Narita, Sanada, and Kanemaru. From Team DK, Hartley Jackson, Ryohei Oiwa, and Zack Sabre Jr. From the Bullet Club War Dogs, Clark Connors and the Knockout Brothers. And that's the whole field. So who are you going with to win this never open weight Rambo?
I say we get fucked up here.
Okay.
I don't know when he's officially retiring, but I know it's this year.
Okay.
What if we give Tiger Mask for another run, dude?
Dude, so you're going Taguchi, Tiger Mask, and Makabe?
For one.
Okay.
We're just having fun here, man.
Yeah. I just picked the trio that I most want to win. I went with Bishamon and Oleg Bolton. I just feel like that's a badass trio that I would like to see going forward. But I
didn't pick them because they're not gonna lose the belts. I feel like it's not fair to the rest of the New Japan.
Yeah, because it'd be impossible to beat them. All right, next up, I believe this is the opener on the main card. Shiri versus Saya Kamitani for both the IWGP Women's and Strong Women's Championships. Who are you going with?
Saya Kamitani.
Saya? How many points?
8.
8? Okay. I went with Shiri for 2. I don't really know what to pick here, so I picked Shiri. Felt right.
You're not gonna. She's too over. Triple belt Kamitani.
I mean, hey, how many belts is too many belts? All right.
How many Mercedes when they have?
Well, see, it's like a curve, right? Once you get past like 5 belts is too many, but then like 6 belts is funny, and then it just gets funnier from there.
3 belts is perfectly fine. There is a championship in wrestling that is based off of being 3 belts.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just
4s are starting to get a little iffy.
Yeah. Next up, we have what's up?
Well, I gotta check some. Okay, no, she'd have 3, not 4. Okay.
Okay. Next up, we have the United Empire, which is Andrade El Idolo, Callum Newman, Great Khan, and Hanare, with a fifth mystery member, versus the Bullet Club War Dogs, David Finlay, Drilla Maloney, Gabe Kidd, teaming with from the unaffiliated Hiromu Takahashi and Shingo Takagi. I believe this is just a straight up 10-man, not elimination. Where are you going? UE or the unaffiliated / War Dogs?
UE for like 2.
Okay, I went UE for 6. Do you have any guesses of who the mystery member might be? Do you think maybe
No, I don't. Maybe
I
Protostar?
the most fun pick is Osprey, but I don't know if he's healthy yet.
I think he come back in AEW first, I think.
Yeah.
Protostar.
Is there somebody from Andrade's past that would be fun to team up with?
Roosh.
Roosh, yeah, that'd be really fun.
Especially against unaffiliated.
Yeah. That would be a good one. It's just like fucking Naito.
No, he's busy.
Yeah.
He's the most obvious X since Mighty Iwatani.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have a 4-way to determine the next number 1 contender for the junior heavyweight title. Sho versus Taiji Ishimori versus El Desperado versus Kosei Fujita. Who are you going with?
I would love to see Ishimori win this, so I would go Ishimori for 4.
All right.
Could you imagine he gets ridiculous one more time every match for a title?
That'd be awesome. I went Kosei Fujita for 4. I just think he's got the most momentum. Next up for the never openweight title, Evil versus the debuting Aaron Wolf.
Aaron Wolf forever, the highest I have left.
The highest you have left?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be 6 points, and you have 5 and 3 left for the last 2. I'm going Wolf for 3. I'm not quite as confident they'll pull that trigger.
Oh, they will. He's the second biggest draw on the card.
All right. Next, Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji for both the IWGP and IWGP Global titles.
Yota Tsuji for 3.
Tsuji for 3. I went Tsuji for 8. I'm pretty confident they're going to take the belt off Takeshita. Fun little run. Cool for Takeshita's resume, but it's time to put it back on a real New Japan guy. Finally, your main event. The final ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kazuchika Okada. Who you got, Shane?
The ace for 5. There's no way.
You don't think he goes out on his back?
Not to Okada.
I went Okada for 7.
Aaron Wolf I could see, but Okada, no.
Nah. I think the ace goes out. I would be happy to watch him win. I think Okada's going to take it.
That's
all right,
fair.
Those are our predictions for Wrestle Kingdom 20, and now for the part everyone is here for, the 4th annual Hot Dog and a Handshake Awards, also known as the Doggies. It will be hosted by me and Shane. I was this close to getting Kimmel, but it's going to have to be us again this year.
That's crazy because I almost got Craig Ferguson on here too.
Yeah, that would have been such a duo, but we'll take the hosting duties as we get into our awards here. Let me pull up everything. All right. So I think let's just get started. Every year we start with the event of the year. Start with a big one right out the gate. Shane, do you want to read the nominees for this one?
Yes, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to do something, and I can't. There. All right. So the nominees for events of the year are All In, Double or Nothing, All Out, Wrestle Dynasty, All-Star Grand Queendom from Stardom, the 92 Anniversario from CMLL, and I call it the last time is now. Saturday night's main event, 12-13.
Mm-hmm. I'll go first here. I believe this is the first time that I am giving this to a non AEW show. I'm going CMLL 92 Anniversario as event of the year. I think it was the most fun I had watching a wrestling show this year. Everything was great. The Mystico MJF match was incredible. We'll get to that later, but it was just a really fun show. Hair versus mask, all the fun you want from a lucha show. So I'm going with the CMLL 92nd anniversary show. Shane, what's your pick?
Old dudes getting shaved together one last time.
That was awesome.
Those were the days.
What's your pick?
All right, so my pick is going to have to be All-Star Grand Queendom.
All-Star Grand Queendom.
It was the show that got the 5 stars for me this year. Nothing else did. Double or Nothing and Anniversario did come close. They were my other top 2.
And guys, don't worry. I made sure that some of these awards Shane has to pick non-Joshi options. So
Listen. It was a quarter of a star difference in this one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, we will do the Mic Work Award. This goes to the best talker in professional wrestling. If I can find the list here, where's Mic Work? Here it is. Your nominees are CM Punk, Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley, John Cena, and Willow Nightingale. Shane, who are you picking for the Mic Work Award?
Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley. Had a great promo just recently at World's End. This was
the people. We forgot about that.
Oh, we forgot about the people vote. Yeah. What did the people pick for event of the year?
With a outstanding 22 people voting, somebody cue up that Sid line. 22. Oh, dang it. Goldberg. 11 people picked All In.
Okay. All In wins the fan vote.
You
picked Jon Moxley.
I did pick Jon Moxley.
Mic Work was a tough one for me, but only one person on this list, as far as I'm aware, cut promos in 2 languages this year. So I'm going to give it to Hangman Adam Page.
Reddit.
I thought it was a great year for him on the mic. Really sold the storyline going into All In. Just a lot of great character work and development. The great promo in Spanish is something that's going to be very memorable from this year. Yeah, that was pretty great. What do the people think?
They went with 36% of CM Punk.
Okay, there we go. Pretty solid pick. Feud of the year. Best feud. Shane, you want to go into this one?
Of course, rivalries make up the most important parts of wrestling. Without rivalries, we wouldn't be watching wrestling. Our nominees were Hangman versus Jonathan Moxley, Darby Allin versus Mox, Cyclops Namanata, MJF and Mystico, and finally TKO versus the entire WWE fan base.
Yep. And let's see, where were we? Let me find it here. Yep. My pick, I'm going with Hangman Page, Jon Moxley. I think that's going to be the most. With this one, I didn't do this with all of them, but with this one, what kind of settled the decision for me is I think of all of these feuds, this is the one that I will remember most in 3, 5, 10 years. When I think of, what happened in 2025 in wrestling, I think I'm going to think of Hangman and Moxley first. So that's the one I went with. What's your pick, Shane?
I went with Hangman and Mox as well.
Okay. Definitely a great. Yep.
The people, however,
Mm-hmm.
Think you're a funny man. A majority of the people voting voted for TKO versus the WWE fan base.
It's a solid pick. I mean, there's a reason we put it on there. It's a great
After
pick.
the post thing came out too. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right.
And
Next
the
up
the last response
is
was in after the wire. Oh my gosh. Okay.
yeah. All right. Next up is the Junior Heavyweight of the Year award. This is for the best male wrestler weighing in at 220 pounds or less, which is the New Japan qualification for a junior heavyweight. Your nominees are Javon Evans, El Desperado, Dominic Mysterio, Mystico, Mascara Dorada, and Bandito. And Shane, I will let you pick first who is the junior heavyweight of the year.
It's just based on sellouts and matches and stuff. It's Mystico.
Mystico.
He's at 50, 53 sellouts in the year.
Yeah, not to spoil, I gave Mystico some love in some other categories we'll get up to later, some other awards. So for this one, I thought I would recognize Dominic Mysterio for the great year he's had. Similarly with what I said about Hangman and Moxley, I think one of the big, memorable moments from this year's WrestleMania is going to be Dominic running back to the crowd and getting that huge cheer. He just got so over that they had to keep him off TV for like 2 months because they were afraid of the cheers he was going to get. Because they're just too dumb to turn him face. But it was great.
So over that they revitalized AAA immediately.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm giving it to Dominic Mysterio. I think it was an incredible year. Hats off to him. Next up is the new Tag Team of the Year award. Shane, do you want to read off the? Oh, sorry. First, I almost skipped. Junior Heavyweight of the Year fan vote. Who picked that?
Bandito with 12 votes.
Oh, okay, pretty good. That's a solid pick too. It was a tough category this year. It was definitely a tough category. Now, new Tag Team of the Year. Do you want to read off the nominees?
The nominees for new Tag Team of the Year. Rodito. They are now calling themselves Busta and the Brain, but we refuse to call them that. YDMP.
Mm-hmm.
The Knockout Brothers. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Shota Umino and Yuya Uemura. And finally Jet Speed.
Yeah. Wait, did you say the Knockout Brothers?
Yeah.
I thought we didn't count them because they ended up being
they were on the list when I put it in the fan vote, but nobody voted for them. So it's fine.
Okay.
So it's fine.
That's fine. That's whatever. Close enough to being a new tag team. Let's see. This is okay. I will go. I'm gonna go with Brodito. I think they were super over. Very deservingly got a tag team title reign. I thought they were great. I thought everything they did was super entertaining. I very much like this combo. Who did you go with for new tag team of the year?
I also have Brodito.
Okay, fair. And the fan vote?
Also Brodito with 12.
Brodito sweeps. Big year for Brodito. Like I said, it was just an incredible year. Really, honestly, it felt like a better new tag team year than it did tag team year in general. And I don't think you see that a lot. Usually there's some great standout tag teams, but this year it really felt like a great year for new combinations. So on to our next award. This is the Terry Funk Memorial Old Timer of the Year Award. This goes to the best wrestler 50 years old or older. And your nominees are Dustin Rhodes, Blue Panther, Atlantis Sr., Satoshi Kojima, Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, and bending the rules a little bit because he's technically only 49, Hiroshi Tanahashi. So, Shane, who is your pick for the Terry Funk Memorial Old Timer of the Year?
You know I like some old guys. You know I like my contractually obligated six mans in New Japan.
Oh yeah, we love old guy graps.
I'm gonna go with Hiroshi Tanahashi. I kind of have to here.
Yeah, it kind of a legacy award. I went with Tanahashi as well, and you got to give it to him. Working as much as he did with as poor of a condition his body is in is just really impressive. And I think you got to give him the shout here. So, what did the fan vote turn out? Where did they pick?
This was the closest one I think of the entire vote.
Mm-hmm.
They went with Adam Copeland with 6.
Okay.
But in second place was Kojima with 5.
Oh, we got some MLW heads voting, I guess.
We got a lot of them, I guess. we got all 5 MLW viewers to vote for us.
Awesome. Next up, we have the TV Show of the Year award. Shane, you want to read out the nominations for the best TV show?
Yes, we have Dynamite and Collision from AEW, Monday Magic from Noah, and WWE Evolve.
All right. I went with, for the second year in a row, the second year back. I mean, we only had this award for 2 years total now. Second back to back, I'm going Dynamite. I think it's just it's the TV show that I'm most excited to watch every week. So I'm going Dynamite.
This award may be very short lived.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah. This is going to be the AEW Dynamite Memorial TV Show of the Year award.
In 2023, it would have been Collision. Fan vote, clearly also Dynamite. They had 14 votes to Dynamite. Evolve got 3, though.
There you go. I think in previous years, 24, 23, 22, I think you could have made an argument for Raw any of those years. I think those were pretty solid Raw years. But it's going to be hard to beat Dynamite. Next up, you said the fan vote was Dynamite also?
Yeah, 14 people.
Okay. Next up, the Pure Wrestler of the Year award. This goes to the best technical wrestler. Your nominees are Zack Sabre Jr., Gunther, Hechicero, and the first time we've nominated a tag team for this award, we're going Paragon, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. And Shane, who is your pick for the Pure Wrestler of the Year?
Gunther,
that's who I went with also.
Which means he sweeps.
He won the fan vote as well?
He won the fan vote with 10.
I mean, incredible year in the ring. Getting as much as you can out of Jey Uso, getting as much as you can out of an old decrepit Goldberg, getting as much as you can out of John Cena in his final match. Like, just the kind of guy who you throw him, kind of the I could really see him in the future being kind of like Danielson. Like Danielson or Kurt, because like pretty much every wrestler that's faced one of those guys, that's their best match ever. Like you look at like a lot of wrestlers and you go, oh, what was their best match ever? Oh, it was Danielson, or oh, it was Kurt. I could really see Gunther ending up like being in that for this generation, where someday we'll go, oh, what was Obafemi's best match ever? Oh, of course it was Gunther, right? So like I think that he could really go on a run with the Technical Wrestler Award here. Next up, most iconic theme. Shane, you want to list out the nominees here?
Yes, most iconic theme. We have John Cena is not using a theme. Go Ace from Tanahashi. Mi Muero from CMLL.
Mystico, yep.
And then Ghost Town Triumph, Hangman's original theme from AEW.
All right. And I went with Mi Muero. I think it had the biggest moment this year. I think it was the most kind of iconic this year.
Me too.
I think especially with the growth of CMLL this year and the way they really caught more attention from those of us up here up north. I think it was just really awesome to see kind of Mystico have this moment and with this great song and everything that went into it. What did the fan vote say?
They went with Ghost Town Triumph with Hangman Page.
Obviously, also a great pick. Can't really argue with that one. Next up, the Take It Home Award. This goes to the most popular finishing move of the year. Your nominees are the Buckshot Lariat and Deadeye together as one nominee here. The High Fly Flow from Hiroshi Tanahashi. The Attitude Adjustment of John Cena. The GTR of Haruki Goto. La Mystica, which is Mystico's armbar. And Grimstone, the finishing move of Kyle Fletcher, the kind of fuck-ass tombstone thing he does.
Yeah.
What's your pick, Shane?
So I was going to go with La Mystica up until tonight's main event, when Michael Cole referred to the attitude adjustment as the FU. I'm moving to the FU.
The FU. Okay. I will put it in as the FU.
Thank you.
I went with La Mystica. I'm giving Mystico some more love here. I thought it was just a great year for that. And for the role it played in his feud with MJF, which was kind of his big stateside feud of the year. So,
And
what
it
did
was
the
to
fan
be
vote say?
a very common theme of the fan vote. Hangman Adam Page's Buckshot Lariat and Deadeye.
Yeah, we got a lot of Hangman Page and MLW fans in our audience. that's the audience we've cultivated.
This was spread around at least 2 wrestling schools, by the way.
Nice.
So the future of wrestling is quote unquote bright.
Yeah.
It was spread around the Grizzly Young Vets school and Wrestle League school.
Nice.
So Zach Gibson could have voted on this.
Potentially. Next up, the Broadcaster of the Year Award. You want to read out our nominees here, Shane?
The one that's the closest to our hearts as former college radio heads. The nominees are Nigel McGuinness, Walker Stewart, Bryan Danielson, Renee Paquette, Wade Barrett, and Vic Joseph.
Yeah, really solid year here. I have to give it to Walker Stewart. He was just fucking incredible this year. He was so good on the
Not
mic.
only he legitimately, this pisses me off the most. He legitimately was one of us.
Yeah,
a college radio guy who got picked up doing my goddamn dream job. Fuck you, Walker Stewart for me.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
Just the story and how good he is at such a young age too.
Mm-hmm. What the fan vote turn out?
The fan vote went with a very surprising to nobody, Nigel McGuinness.
Of course. I mean, he's hilarious. He's going to be in this every year. He's the funniest commentator we have. So that's absolutely a great pick. Next up, entrance of the year. This goes to the best individual entrance every year. Your nominees are Kenny Omega at Wrestle Dynasty, CM Punk at WrestleMania, the Young Bucks at Forbidden Door, Damian Priest at WrestleMania, and John Cena at Saturday Night's Main Event on December 13th. Shane, what are you picking for this one?
CM Punk.
Yeah, of course. Not just a Chicago guy, but you're also a sucker for a live music.
Oh, you put a live band in wrestling, and I'm unfortunately there.
Yeah. For me, I think even though part of the moment was kind of botched on the television broadcast, just seeing Cena do that entrance one last time and the emotional stake of that and him taking the camera and showing Stu, who again, shockingly, Stu is his last name. We're still kind of reeled by this assumption, by this like new
information. It's also spelled Slick the Food Stu too.
Yeah, just we were still rattled by that, but I thought it was awesome to see him make that entrance one last time. So I'm going with John Cena from Saturday night's main event, but CM Punk was a close second for me. Next, the Breakout Star Award, the closest thing we have to a Rookie of the Year. Shane, go ahead and list us those nominees.
We have Trill London from WWE. We have Jacob Austin Young from New Japan, the Knockout Brothers from New Japan, Senki Akatsuki from Marvelous, and Adam Priest from Deadlock.
Yeah, from Deadlock / just the general American indie scene. I am going to have to go with the Knockout Brothers. I think they have unlocked something on a character level that I haven't seen from the rest of these guys, and they are also really fun to watch in the ring. So I'm going to give it to them, but shout out in close second, Adam Priest.
So I like to give a shout out to Adam Priest in a close second as well for me. But I went Senki Akatsuki just for being...
Ooh, big surprise. Shane picked Joshi.
Maybe being the most complete rookie I've seen in wrestling in quite a long time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
But
it'd be really interesting to see if Aaron Wolf makes the nominations next year.
I would assume so. He's a judo guy, so I'd assume he would.
It seems it also seems like they're going to put the rocket on him. So unless he either really sucks or has like a really bad injury early in the year, I feel like he about has to be in the conversation.
My prediction is that he might win it from me next year.
Yeah, okay. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. What did the fan vote say on the Breakout Star?
Overwhelmingly Adam Priest, 13 votes.
Mm-hmm. Also, did we go over the fan vote on entrance? I might have forgot that.
We did not. Let me do it real fast. It was CM Punk at WrestleMania 41.
Okay. But yeah, so Adam Priest for Breakout. Like I said, we both put him second place, so having him first in the fan vote is awesome. Next, we have the return of the year. Every year we see great returns, and these are your nominees for this year. So we have AJ Lee returning to WWE, Becky Lynch returned from injury, Adam Copeland and Christian, more of a reuniting than a return, but we'll throw it in here. Same with Jurassic Express. Andrade showing up in AEW, attacking Kenny Omega, and then disappearing because of a contract dispute. Incredible. And of course, the ruse of the century, Seth Rollins with the crutches at SummerSlam, throwing him off. Shane, what is your pick for the return of the year?
The one that made me react the most was Seth Rollins. I'm going to go Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. In a similar way, the one that made me just the most excited and nostalgic and, just the one that made me the most emotional personally was Cope and Christian. So I'm going to go with that, seeing them back together for potentially their last run as a team is really great. So Shane, what the fans go with here?
The fans went with AJ Lee, which is fair.
Fair.
It was a big deal.
It was awesome. Yep. Next up, the Indie Wrestler of the Year Award. Shane, I'll let you list out the nominees here.
Our nominees and where we said they represented are Leon Slater of TNA, Effie of GCW, Michael Oku of RevPro, Adam Priest of Deadlock, One Called Manders of WXW and GCW, Shotzi of GCW, Rina Yamashita of Freedoms, and Maya World of the American Indie Scene. Who just got signed, by the way.
Yeah, just got signed to AEW. Right?
Yeah, so good for her.
Did Hyan get signed too? Were they signed as a team?
Signed as a team, yeah.
Awesome. My pick for Indie Wrestler of the Year. I know wrestling isn't about stats, but you can't argue with the amount of title reigns the amount of title defenses this guy had, the amount of times he was out there busting his ass. A guy we saw in person this year. I'm going with Effie. I really think he earned it this year. He had an incredible year on GCW. So
I am gonna agree with you. I'm going Effie as well. Just a very solid year overall. In terms of just how well he's done. The GCW title, lost it at the end of the year, giving it to who I could see being next year's nominee from GCW.
And on the fan vote side,
I didn't pick the Joshi.
Yeah, surprise, surprise.
The fan vote. This was a really tough one because this one was really like spread out.
Uh-huh.
Everybody but my world got a vote.
Okay.
Leon Slater won with 6, but in second place was Adam Priest at fourth.
All right. I mean, yeah, shout out to Leon Slater too. I mean, he had a great runs in both TNA and Rev Pro this year. He did great on two fronts, so
I mean,
that's
he was
definitely
on.
fair.
He's gonna win an NXT title soon, at some point.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that too.
All right, next up, the Platinum Handshake Award. This goes to the best booker. Your nominees are Tony Khan, Taro Okada, Brett Lauderdale, and Salvador Lutheroth III. Shane, this is the handshake, so of course you will go first here. Who gets the Platinum Handshake?
This was a very tough one for me.
It was really tough. All these
Um,
companies had great years.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Taro Okada,
Okay.
as his highs were the highest. His lows weren't terrible.
Mm-hmm.
CMLL, I didn't watch enough of to give it a Salvador, honestly. But if I watched more of it, but it would be fine. He probably would get it.
I mean, for me, um, booking, it's not just about what you see on the screen, but it's about the hype that your product builds up. And you can't argue with the amount of hype this promotion got this year. You can't argue with the amount of sellouts this promotion had this year. Everybody
They're
was
showing
talking
there.
about CMLL, so I'm going
Mm-hmm.
Salvador throughout the third. Like I've never seen CMLL talked about like this. You know, like I've just never they in the time I've been watching wrestling, they haven't been as important as they were this year. So I want to recognize that and give the Platinum Handshake Award here to Salvador Lutheroth III.
I think we picked the two promotions that are the most like on the rise
Yeah,
because
it's kind of like in the NFL Coach of the Year. It's not always the best coach, but it's the guy who brought the team from the lowest to the highest, right?
yeah.
Um, yeah, I think it kind of feels like that this year.
I mean,
What did the
Stardom has
fans think?
hit 10,000 fans in the show, and CMLL sold out 53 times. So yeah, no, you're right. The fans went with Tony Khan.
Fair, fair's fair.
No votes for Salvador though, which is kind of surprising.
Huh. Yeah, Tony Khan. I pick Tony Khan every year for the first three doggies. Um,
I've
this is
bounced
a
around.
change.
I don't think
The
I've
change. Yeah,
stuck.
you had
I've never stuck with one person though.
you've never given it to one person twice. Tony Khan, Triple H, Brett Lauderdale, Taro Okada.
I'll put an asterisk in that Triple H one now, I guess.
Hey, he was good in 23. We'll give him that,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah.
got to stand by what you said in 23. Next up is the Platinum Hot Dog Award. So Shane, do you want to read out the nominees for this one? This is the best gimmick, by the way.
The best gimmick, yes. Uh, we have Max Caster for the Open Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
The Young Bucks for the Broke Bucks. The
Rod and Todd.
$32.17 Bucks, the Rod and Todd Bucks.
Yep.
Dominic Mysterio for Dirty Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Saya Kamatani for the Phoenix Queen. Mercedes Monet for Ultima Monet. And then our last two, Ice for whatever he's got going on, and Tony Storm for whatever she's got going on.
You skipped Grande Americano, Ludwig
Oh, and
Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser for Grande Americano, yeah.
Yep.
Specifically Kaiser.
Yeah, specifically Kaiser, and that is where I'm going with mine. The Platinum Hot Dog. I'm giving it to Ludwig Kaiser. He took a gimmick that was dead on arrival, AI MAGA slop, and he made it into something fucking beautiful and
Now he's
hilarious
got
and
legitimately
real.
probably the best trio in
Yeah,
WWE right now.
like I
Him
wouldn't
and
be shocked if he is the guy that beats Dom for the IC title. Like it's just not out of the question.
Dom's hurt.
Yeah, but he's not going to require surgery, and they said he should be back by Rumble week, so
Okay, never mind that.
he should be fine.
So
But so where are you going with the Platinum Hot Dog?
there's been a consistent gimmick in Tony Storm.
Yeah. Who, by the way, you've given this award to the last 2 years.
I know, and she's been so consistent with this.
Berserk.
But I cannot get enough of Yudo Ice.
Yeah, Yudo Ice was a close second for me. I think all it came down to is we had more Kaiser. He'd been doing it for longer. But that's all it came down to for me. But yeah, Yudo Ice is incredible too. Well, who did the fans pick?
They gave Tony Storm her flowers. Tony Storm has officially won this award 3 separate years.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Last year, you and I both picked her. So yeah, definitely great picks there. Next up, we have the Most Improved Award. This goes to the wrestler or tag team who made the biggest jump in 2025. Your nominees are Queen Aminata, Callum Newman, Bear Bronson, Javon Evans, and the proto star Kyle Fletcher. I thought about Kyle for this one, but he definitely jumped to the highest peak. Like if you're looking at all these people and say who's the highest right now, it's Fletcher. But I think he also had a pretty high start. I think the actual biggest jump from pretty much irrelevant to high mid card, arguably a main event player, very well in the future will be a main event player. I went Callum Newman. I mean, that match with Goto really made me feel like he had arrived and that he became something. And he's somebody we'll see for years to come be great in this sport. So Callum Newman absolutely is my pick. Who are you going with for Most Improved?
For me, he's kind of been just an off-brand Will Ospreay in character-wise for a little bit. So I kind of been down on that for a little bit. I went with, she's been hurt past 2 months, but Queen Aminata has had a fantastic year. Just looking by pure wins.
Yeah.
She won roughly the same amount of, but it was in higher level matches.
Yeah, and had a very organic, awesome feud with Tekla.
Yes,
that I think is a
pop out of nowhere.
Real testament. Yeah, it's a real testament to how much she grew this year.
And
what did the fans pick?
The fans went Queen Aminata as well.
Oh, okay. All right, a lot of support for Queen
and
Aminata.
Also won DPW World Title, but had to sadly relinquish it.
Yep. All right, next up, we have the International Wrestler of the Year. This goes to the best wrestler to wrestle primarily for a non-US based promotion. I will. Let's see. Did I read the nominees on the last one? Where are we? 19. So I'll go. Okay, so you go ahead and read out the nominees. Go ahead and read out the nominees on this one.
One called Manders, who somehow did qualify this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's tearing up Europe.
Michael Oku, Sari, Mystico, Hiroki Goto, and Sai Kamatani.
Yep.
I feel like Mystico and Sari are going to be up for perennial nominees.
Yeah, they're pretty much, I think, always going to be the conversation here. This is, however, the first time I'm not picking a Brit for this award. I've only picked Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr. before. This time I'm going with Mystico. Huge year for him. As I've said before, big match with MJF, but also all over the place. Just great matches as part of El Sky team. Yeah, just a great year for Mystico. I'm going to go with him. Who'd you pick?
He's the biggest draw in wrestling by statistics. I'm with Mystico as well. Sari had a great year, and I'll give her flowers later on. But Mystico sold out 53 venues, 53 shows. It's unfair.
Yep, he's a lucha god. Who the fans pick?
The fans went with Mystico as well. Another Mystico sweep.
Yep. All right, next up, the Mid-Carder of the Year award. This goes to the best wrestler to wrestle primarily in the mid-card. Your nominees are Kyle Fletcher, Dominic Mysterio, Javon Evans, Gabe Kidd, Queen Aminata, Tekla, and Chelsea Green. Shane, who is your pick for mid-carder of the year?
The porn star, the proto star, Kyle Fletcher.
I gotta agree with you on that one. I think it's Kyle Fletcher for sure. Had an incredible year, won the TNT title. It tied or broke the record for defenses with that title.
This is only year he'll be nominated. I think he's ready for that jump right now.
Probably. I think the fall of the Don Callis family, whatever storyline we see coming out of this, will be what elevates him to that next level. Coming up soon. What did the fan vote say?
The fan vote went with if Fletcher as well. Second place though was Aminata.
All right. Next up, the OMG moment of the year. The most unbelievable, shocking WTF moment of the year. Shane, you want to read our nominees?
Yes, we have John Cena retires. AJ Lee returns to wrestling. John Moxley and Darby Allin both try to drown each other.
Yep.
Darby Allin actually does the Mount Everest climb. Gunther taps out to Jey Uso. Seth Rollins shocks the world. And John Cena turns.
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to go with the Cena heel turn. I just thought that it was too late and that if you were going to do it, they needed to have done it years ago. And it was a bad idea to do it here, so I just didn't expect it at all. I did not factor in WWE's capacity to go along and go ahead with bad ideas, especially in the year 2025. But definitely the most shocking OMG moment to me was when John Cena turned heel.
I also went with John Cena turning heel, and so did the fans.
I would just like to point out this is the second year in a row that something involving Darby Allin and Glass has been nominated. So I'm excited to see what he does next year.
Cannot wait to see what he does next year. Some fucked up shit.
All right, now the big four. Starting with match of the year. Your nominees are Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd from Wrestle Dynasty. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Haruki Goto for the IWGP title at New Beginning in Osaka. Toni Storm versus Mariah May, the Hollywood ending for the AEW Women's title at Revolution. Hangman Adam Page versus Will Ospreay in the Owen Hart Cup final at Double or Nothing. MJF versus Mystico, mask versus title for the CMLL Light Heavyweight title at the CMLL 92nd anniversary show. Chad Gable versus El Hijo del Vikingo at Worlds Collide. Tom Nakano versus Saya Kamatani at All-Star Grand Queendom. Syuri versus Sari at Stardom the Conversion. CM Punk versus Gunther at SummerSlam. Io Sky versus Mayo Iwatani at Grand Destiny. John Moxley, Hangman Page at All In. El Desperado versus Jun Kasai, the Death Pain Invitational. Kyle Fletcher versus Mike Bailey at Dynamite Winter is Coming. And John Cena versus Gunther at Saturday night's main event on December 13th. Shane, what is your match of the year?
Only one match made me cry this year. And I feel like crying to a wrestling match is the biggest.
Shane, Cena versus R-Truth wasn't nominated.
Fuck it. No, I'm not saying this. I feel like crying to a wrestling match is one of the biggest compliments you can get a wrestling match.
Yep.
So I'm going to give it to Tom Nakano versus Sai Kamatani.
Back to back.
Shut up.
Joshi match of the year picks for Shane.
They are the best wrestlers in the world.
Was that All-Star Grand Queendom?
Yeah.
All right. My pick is going to go Toni Storm, Mariah May, Hollywood ending. I think that was the best match I've seen all year. Also, I looked at it. It is 10 minutes shorter than the next shortest match of the year pick I've made in the 4 years of doing this.
Jesus
My shortest one
Christ.
prior was like 22 minutes. I think it was FTR and the Briscoes at Final Battle in 22. But yeah, I'm going Tony Storm, Mariah May from Revolution.
This guy likes a long ass match.
Yeah. Next,
The fan vote was also Hollywood ending.
fan vote was Hollywood ending. Okay.
Yeah.
What was fan vote? Did we say fan vote for OMG Moment of the Year? Was it Cena's heel turn also?
Yeah, what was, yeah.
Okay. Next up, Tag Team of the Year award. Shane, do you want to list out the nominees for the Tag Team of the Year?
We got Brodito, the Hurt Collective? No.
Syndicate.
In the Hurt Syndicate, Lashley Benjamin, YDMP, El Sky Team, the Knockout Brothers, and Sorry Boy.
Yep. I am going to give it to El Sky Team. They were just electric this year.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Incredible. That yeah. Every time I got to catch one of their matches, it was just an absolute delight. So I'm gonna go with El Sky Team.
Finally seen Mascara Dorada in person. Oh my god.
Yeah. 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 Sounds awesome. Next up, we have the Women's Wrestler of the Year award. Your nominees are Mercedes Moné, Toni Storm, Saya Kamitani, Tiffany Stratton, Stephanie Vaquer, Io Sky, Athena, and Sari. Shane, who is your pick for the Women's Wrestler of the Year?
Back to fucking back, Sari.
And it's just worth pointing out, Shane has never not picked a Joshi for this.
They are the best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But also back to back for me, I think I got to go with the timeless one, Toni Storm. I think she was the most entertaining women's wrestler all year, from the heights of world champion, main eventer to just the most incredible fuck assery comedy run. Like it's just she's incredible in everything she does. I'm gonna go with Toni Storm. And that leads us. Oh, who was the fan vote for the Women's Wrestler of the Year?
Was a Wrestler of the Year fan vote. That was. Where is it?
I'm assuming Tony.
Oh, there's Toni Storm. Very closely second place Io Sky though.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Io Sky. She had a great year as well. And last but not least, the Antonio Inoki Memorial Male Wrestler of the Year Award. Shane, if you would like to list out our nominees.
Hangman Adam Page, Konosuke Takeshita, Hiroki Goto, Jon Moxley, Gunther, CM Punk, Will Ospreay, and Bandito.
And for my pick, for about a week and a half, I had Konosuke Takeshita on this list. And then just the other day, I changed it. And I'm going with Hangman Adam Page. I think he had the best year. I think he had the year I'm going to remember the most. I think looking back on 2025, I think it'll always be Hangman Adam Page's year.
Remember when
Shane,
I told you? Remember I told you in like June that it was his to lose?
Yeah.
He didn't lose it. It's Hangman's best wrestler of the year.
Yep. Absolutely. Very fun parallel that last year we both picked Swerve Strickland. This year we both picked Hangman Page.
Next year those are be Samoa Joe.
Yep. So those are our picks for the 4th annual Doggies, the best of 2025 in professional wrestling. On to tape with the light tubes and take the door off its hinges. It's time for Shane's GCW Corner.
Well, they are doing an event later on New Year's Eve called Do or Die, where you can celebrate the new year with GCW. The big match this one is Shotzi versus Priscilla Kelly in a 6 feet under death match, which sounds like a death match.
Is it a buried alive match?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's in New Jersey, so probably it's. After that, it's One Night Only in Berwyn, which Alex Cogar will have his first title defense. It's Lil Sicko of the year. then Crime Wave. But I want to talk about an upcoming show.
Yep.
Famously, Kentucky banned deathmatch wrestling in the 2000s after Ian Rodden did too much shit. They basically banned it from the state.
Ian Rotten deathmatch too close to the sun.
Yeah, and it didn't pay anybody, and then
Yeah.
well, on March 6, 2026, GCW will be live from Kentucky for the first time ever in one of the hardest states to hold a wrestling show in.
Mm.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Nice. Um. Next up, favorite things of the week. So this is, of course, where I will hand out the gold, silver, and bronze hot dog. Shane will hand out the gold, silver, and bronze handshake. Shane, we'll start off with you. What's the bronze handshake this week?
I'm going to give it to Kazuchika Okada to Hinosuke Takeshita.
Okada versus Takeshita. I am going to give the bronze hot dog to the other semifinal. I'm going to go Mox Fletcher for the bronze. What's your silver?
Sari Natsupoi, who are very close friends, beat the fucking shit out of each other
You said
last night.
Sari? Sari and Natsupoi?
Yeah.
Okay. My silver is going to go to Mox and Okada. Mox getting two of the hot dogs this week. And what's the gold handshake?
I'm just giving it to Jon Moxley.
Okay.
Just he had a fantastic week.
Yeah, awesome. I gave it to Mixed Nuts Mayhem. It was just perfect. Exactly what I like to see. Upcoming matches, the lightning round here. This is where I will tell Shane what matches we're getting in AEW this week, and he'll tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 how excited he is for them. And I'll throw in one New Japan match this week, too. So from Dynamite, Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale for the TBS title.
A 7.
Okay. And Ricochet versus Jack Perry for the national title.
A 4.
4. All right. And then the Knockout Brothers versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Ryohei Oiwa for the IWGP Tag Titles at New Year Dash.
I'm scared 6.
All right.
I'm scared they're going to lose and go to the Fed.
Yeah. Match recommendation of the week. You got any good Tanahashi picks that we could throw in here?
Oh, probably. Just go to his cage match list, find a random match, and there you go. I am going to go with his match against AJ from the G1 Climax in 2015.
Okay. So Hiroshi Tanahashi versus AJ Styles. You said 2015 G1 Climax?
Yep.
All right, it's a fun one to end the year on here. Also, kind of incorporates AJ Styles, who will be a big focus point next year. If you want to listen to more of us, we have some classic reviews. We just put out on Christmas. We put out Massacre on 34th Street, the ECW show, and coming out later this week, heading into January 4th, will be Wrestle Kingdom 5. We'll do a review of that show. Always thank you for listening. Thank you for everyone who listened to this year. It's been a fun year of doing this. And just remember going into 2026 to enjoy wrestling.